12-Sided Stories is for mature audiences and often deals with topics that may be difficult for some listeners. Discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to The Foundlings, a 12-Sided Stories City of Mist actual play. As always, our games are story-heavy and rules-light. And now, introducing our Master of Ceremonies, Pooja Sharma.
Welcome to episode 6 of The Foundlings, our City of Mist actual play. I am Pooja, and I shall be your Master of Ceremonies for this episode, as I have been for the last 5 episodes as well. And I am joined by some great players. Let's start with Wes.
Hello, I am Wes Otis, and I am playing Noah Hurst, a prosecutor who is trying very hard to stay within the bounds of the law and not use the large bow on his back like Robin would like him to.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and I am playing Siobhan, your local puka, who, she likes being in animal form. So we'll see what she becomes next.
Hey, y'all, I'm Mac, and I will be playing Beatrice, who is basically if Poison Ivy and Rogue from X-Men had some kind of very bizarre offspring.
Hi, I'm playing Bly Aglios, and she's a partner with Coco Pelli, kind of doing some music and mischief and whatnot.
Before we start, please consider supporting the show through Patreon or on Ko-fi, spelled Ko-Fi. Now, on with the show.
So, last time, our group finally found Tommy. Tommy is like a young teenager, and she is running her own information broker business. So very enterprising and sure of herself, young woman. And she tells them more about some of the connections that are going on, the reasons why the agent is acting the way she is. But she doesn't specifically know who took Lacey or why. She does offer to find out. Our group is understandably a little reticent to use the services of a young teenage girl in something that might be dangerous. But, maybe in the future they will change their minds. Maybe not. Guess we're going to find out. However, Siobhan decided to call Hollister to fill him in on what was going on. And he gave them a contact at the Crimson Crocs, who Tommy had also mentioned as part of who the thieves were encroaching on that they normally wouldn't be. So our group went to go see Pension. And Siobhan, Beatrice, and Bly all went to a small, neighborhood bodega. And Pension was so very, very excited to see them because Pension believes he not only has found his soulmate, but 3 of his soulmates. So he's very enthusiastic about helping and listening to what their problems are. And he also thinks that our group might have some interests in common with his father, who is the head of the Crimson Crocs. And he took them to meet Sam Nicastro in his, nightclub that he runs as the manager. And our group went with Noah while the girls were dealing with the smarmiest character I've ever made in my life. Got an email from a stalker, somebody who had left him a note before, who knows what's going on. He sent an email back like, who are you? What is happening? So he joined the others and they went to go see Sam. We'll set our scene that y'all are in the manager's office of a nice but not extravagant jazz club. The furnishings are warm, and obviously there's been some money put into this. There's obvious quality, but without that sense of ostentatiousness or in-your-face gaudiness that you might come to expect. Sam is a big man. He stands up when you enter and smiles at all of you, and you notice that he has smiled with a full set of crocodile teeth in his mouth. So he comes in, he's like, "Hello, Pension, I thought you were at the grocery today." And Pension says, "Oh, yes, I was. But I believe that you should meet these wonderful, wonderful people, these glorious, amazing women, and their brother, who takes such good care of them, doing the best he can." And Sam looks to you and he's like, "Yes, cat got your tongue?"
We're looking for our foster mother, Lacey. She went missing, and we have reason to believe that she had dealings with possibly people from the Crocs and people from the Thieves Guild, and so we're a bit concerned that she might have gotten in over her head, and we just wanted to find her and bring her home.
Ah, yes. Lacey, it makes perfect sense that you would be concerned about your foster mother. Pension, you really should have led with that part. I'm sorry, sometimes he lets his heart get in the way of his head. And he kind of takes a second to think about, you can tell that he's a considering man. Takes a second, he says, "Your foster mother to half the city sometimes it feels like. But she's a good woman. She's always been such a good woman. But I have to ask you, if you think she's had dealings with the Thieves Guild, if you obviously hold us in some regard, which is nice and smart, but with all these unsavory elements about, are you sure you're the ones to be going head to head, to be on the streets, to be engaging to find her?"
You mean doing the dirty work?
Are you willing to do the dirty work?
I think that when it comes to our mom, we can all say that we're willing to do a lot more than you'd expect.
Obviously, you're right. There are a certain amount, especially with the Thieves Guild, of unsavoriness. It would be easier to get professionals involved, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to find our mom and bring her home. We're not here to jam up anybody's works or mess anybody up. We just want to bring her home.
I am going to have you all roll a convince roll.
Let's see. Do I have anything that will help me?
So Sam is, he's a powerful guy in his own right. He runs his own family. Basically, you all just need to convince him that not only are you serious, because the situation kind of explains that, but that you're capable.
Can I use believable jargon, actually, to add to this? Because if I do well, then it would be using that to help convince.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it.
I got 10.
Nice.
I got a whopping 5, so not not as commanding as I would have liked.
I don't know what I can use.
Let's look. So the question is, do you want to use your relic to see if you can?
That's what I was thinking, because I can know the outcome of the next major event and alter it. And those are two things that I can use. But, I don't know, maybe something that maybe just knowing the next major event outcome could help him make a decision.
It could, but it's up to you. If you want to use that, if you don't, if you just want to roll.
I'll use it. It didn't do me a lick of good. I rolled a 3, so that gives me a whopping 4.
Ouch. Ouch.
Before I do mine, I wanted to add the people trust me quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the dangerous and aloof under my personality card.
Great.
Yeah, and I don't think I can swing anything else, and I'm not going to do a weakness this time. Okay, I learned my lesson. All right.
Well, in this case, I am going to say that extremely protective seems to make a lot of sense here.
I did just see that, and I was like, oh, I forgot I wrote that. All right, well, then it's just +1. Because, yeah, it would have been +2. Just +1. All right, then. Here we go. Okay, I got 6 + 1. 7. Just made it. Jeez.
So Sam is listening to what you're saying, Bly, and he's like, you do seem to have an edge, but I don't know if you'll follow through. And when Noah, what you're saying about like not wanting to rock the boat, not wanting to get into anybody's business, and he's just, you are already altering everyone's business by pursuing this matter. You won't be able to stay aloof and apart from all of it if you continue on this path. And that is a decision you will have to make. He kind of like looks off to the side and he's like, one of the things that we value most is commitment. So, Beatrice, what do you say to him?
Look, I know this. Just follow me for a minute, okay? I'm a horticulturist, and one thing that I know about is commitment, because you can't grow anything without commitment. There isn't any. It takes time. It's not a fast, quick thing that you can get. So to get the results that you want, you have to put in the time and commitment. And I think we've already proven that we're doing that right now. And we're willing to see this thing, grow till the end because we want to save the bloom that's our mother. Anyway, the point is, we need your help and we're willing to see this through. And I think we've proven that adequately to this point.
And he looks and he's like nodding as you go through this analogy. And he's like, yes, gardeners do know how to get their hands dirty, to get into the soil, to pick out those specific aphids that go for your roses.
Yeah, and the aphids are like, no, that's just going to get away from me again. But you understand my point.
I do, and I appreciate it. And as much as I feel like, and he eyes Siobhan and he is like, you might be a group of heartbreakers.
I look around.
Far be it from me to keep the four of you from your mother. But you have to understand that you can't just take Lacey back, install her back in her old life, and pretend that none of this ever happened.
We don't know what has happened, and I think that's part of the problem.
Oh, yes, I have started in media res. I'll be honest with you. I took your mother. Because it's important to know. Let's start at the very beginning, shall we? I have known your mother for most of my life. For most of her life. At one point, she was the most important person in the entire world to me. And I take those commitments seriously. So, despite our connection on one level being severed, I was never going to let her leave forever, to be on her own, to be in these precarious situations with no one to back her up. So when I heard what she was looking into, Lacey was never a subtle girl. And now that she's a woman, even less so. She has grown into her power, grown into herself, but also tends to believe that she's invincible. And I would never, ever in my entire life allow that woman to come to any harm.
Are you... So you've got her like in a timeout somewhere in here?
I mean, timeout seems so condescending.
Well, I'm trying to understand, like, you're framing it as that you're helping. So I'm just trying to figure that out.
But you're really holding her prisoner.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as like a safe napping. You kidnap someone to keep them safe. It's like a witness protection program, except you don't have to change your entire identity. And there are no cops.
Except witness protection programs, you get the okay to do that. And if I can remind you of our earlier conversation and maybe add to it a little bit where commitment's concerned, at a certain point, you also have to let a plant grow. And sometimes it has to grow without you.
That is true. However, to piggyback on your own metaphor, if someone were to come into your garden and dig up your plants and crush them to use them for your own purposes, say they want to make a perfume and they've decided that your plants smell the best, would you just let that happen without doing anything about it? Would you say the plants must grow on their own?
Are you insinuating that Lacey essentially dug up your garden?
No, darling, no.
I think he's saying that Lacey is part of his garden.
That she's the plant that smells good.
Which means, I don't know a very cool way to ask this, man, but are you saying you're a grandfather or something? I really, can you spell that out for me? Because I am struggling and also a little on edge. Going to be very straightforward with you here.
No, maybe had life gone slightly differently, you would call me father as well. But Lacey and my life have gone in different directions. That woman was always too good for me.
I said, until now, I mean, you're holding her prisoner. So just real quick, how many people are in this room?
Yeah. Been thinking about that.
It's the four of you and Penjin and Sam.
That we can see.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask, what's the, like, how big is the room? What's the layout here? We can see all corners?
Yeah, it's a manager's office in the back of like a mid-sized club. So it's not like a suite. Like maybe there's a door that might be a closet or might be a small bathroom. But the layout is a mid-sized room, desk towards the back from the door. And there are some bookshelves, a few other pieces of furniture, a couple of chairs and a couch, standing lamps. He keeps a pretty clean space, but it also feels like everything is brown leather. There are some brass knobs on things. It's that kind of, like, if that gives you a good kind of sense of the type of space we're talking about.
Oh my God, I want to do something really extreme right now.
Do it.
Okay, so just to recap Rappaccini's daughter, and for those who need it, Beatrice is basically held captive by her own father within this garden. So basically, I feel like my mythos is hearing this, like, I'm holding her for her own good thing, and is starting to, like, boil over with, like, what the fuck? Are you serious right now with this? Because you can't do that. So I want to lean forward towards him, like I'm going to have like an intimate, like, talk to him moment, and put my hand on his and use my withering touch.
Awesome. So I'm going to say that you are taking that risk.
Yep. I'm like, do I have anything else that'll help me? I think it's pretty much just the withering touch. So hopefully I don't off this roll. If not, I'm just going to have touched his hand for no reason. I got an 8.
Okay. Describe to me, you lean over and you touch her hand, what kind of effect that you were going for?
So I guess Beatrice, like, leans forward, puts the, hand on his hand, and is like, we need to come to an understanding. You cannot hold her captive, and puts hand on hand. And the withering touch is sort of like, not that they look physically husked, but there's something about it when you're just really drained, emotionally, physically, and you kind of shrink into yourself, and you can tell somebody's kind of just shriveled up a little bit without, like, it's not like physically wrinkled or something weird like that, but it's that same feeling as if that had happened.
You lean over and you touch his hand. You try to draw this energy out of him. Sam flips his hand over, and you can feel like the energy that you're drawing out of him, you're doing it, but he, like, grabs onto your hand, and you feel like the prick of sharp nails. And as more of this energy comes out of him, it's like a deep, deep well. And you almost feel like you would implode on the amount of energy you could draw out of his body. And he says to you, it is not about keeping her captive. It is about keeping her safe.
There's no difference in this, Ace.
What are you keeping her safe from? You? The Thieves Guild?
Now, the Thieves Guild would never, on their own, as much as the agent is a thorn in everyone's side, she would never move on Lacey.
Well, then you keep dancing around it. Who are you keeping her safe from? Why are you keeping her? First you say, she's gotten into my business, and now all of a sudden you're saying, I'm keeping her safe. So which is it? Is she in your business, or are you keeping her safe? And if you're keeping her safe, who are you keeping your safe from? Not to be out of step or anything. I'm just curious. I'm wondering.
He releases Beatrice's hand and he says, listen to me.
I have been, and you haven't told us anything except for I'm keeping your mother in prison. So understand my anger right now at the fact that you are dancing around this subject. Who is trying to hurt her?
And he, like, slams his hand down on the desk.
Shoot my arrow. Just shoot my arrow. I'm shooting him. I'm sick of him.
Ooh. Robin bursts through.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you are shooting him in order to, like, so you're
shut him the fuck up. I'm just gonna knock him out. If I can get him in the head, I will. No, it won't, because I ignore armor. That's one of my things on my bow. So
dang.
I killed him, and then I'll beat the shit out of his little shit son. All right. Because
Beatrice is all for this for once. For once, violence seems very good to her.
And I think I feel, because he's said he's holding her, so that's against the law. So I'm going to use law, and I'm going to ignore armor, so +3. Okay. That is a 12.
Great.
Woo!
Oh my god.
So I just swing the thing off my back and...
So you hit him with everything you have. You take your bow, hit him with this arrow in order to knock him out, and you do it. He gets hit directly square between the eyes and just back into his chair, and he's unconscious. Penjin is absolutely stunned and also, like, furious. So he goes to attack you, because of course he does.
Right, of course.
And he yells, like, while he's doing it, like, he comes in and how dare you? My father would never hurt her.
That's not the fucking point, idiot.
And he takes a swing at you.
Can we, since it's, are there turns in combat? What's the situation?
It's kind of more like, I'm not going to, you know that Penjin is coming for you. He's upset. He's going to attack you. But you all have the opportunity, like Noah's gone, he's initiated this, and the rest of you have the opportunity to move. And depending on the outcomes of your rolls, there will be good, bad, interesting side effects of what happens.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm thinking like we keep swerving out of control as soon as maybe someone will answer our question. I mean, it's also my fault, but it's mostly my fault. But I am like thinking, wait, maybe we should just hold this guy down and be like, where's our fucking mom? Like, this, no more dancing, no more jump rope. But I guess I would have to get my sisters involved here since he's targeting Noah. And I don't have any like hand-to-hand based things, but you two, yes.
Yeah.
Please. Is there like a plant in the room you can manipulate?
Actually, I was going to ask, is the floor wood?
The floor is wood.
I want to bring the wood of the floor back to life and to grow around his feet and hold him in place.
Sick.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use green thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use local flora since it's something that's in the room already, or no?
That one I'm going to say, because this is all like imported wood.
Gotcha. How about horticulture, so I know like what kind of wood it is, so I know like the grow structure of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that gives me a +2.
Hell yeah.
In this one, I'm going to say you are going toe to toe, so you use your abilities to overcome someone or something in a struggle for control.
Alrighty. Oh shit, I did real bad.
No.
Yeah, it's my first botched roll of this game. I got a 5. Although, wait a second. Can I burn green thumb for a success? Or did I have to call that first?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just realized I should have burned it.
That's okay.
I know, I just wanted this to be a thing.
So what happens is that you reach in and you try to like urge and force the floor to come up and grow around his ankles. And the floor resists you enough that instead of it growing into these kind of manacles to go around his legs, it actually starts shooting giant thorns out in random areas of the room.
Oops.
Awesome.
I love it, but oops.
Oopsie.
Are these ongoing thorns, or did they just go pff, and now they're just out there? Or are they like Zelda freaking obstacles?
The first wave of them is 2 initial thorns. So instead of the manacles, you get thorns. But you can see the floor is, I won't say bubbling.
Undulating.
A little bit. It is undulating just a little bit.
Oh, we woke it up. Damn it. Okay, well, I can try a non-exciting thing if Siobhan... Well, actually, Siobhan, do you want to try an athletic thing or something?
I was thinking of altering what Beatrice just did,
Oh.
altering the outcome.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going to try. Let's see if my roll holds up.
Okay, so describe to me what you're doing, what it looks like when you try to use your relic to alter something that happens.
The little medallion on my choker glows a little bit, okay? And they see my eyes just flash a different color, like probably red because that's my thing. And in my mind, I can see the outcome of this, but I want to change it. So I don't know if it becomes like a time reverse thing where it goes and then goes again, but that sounds kind of cool, so I'll go with it.
It's got kind of a Doctor Strange vibe to it. I like it.
Yeah.
It is. I think what I would say is if you succeed in this role, that what we just described and the outcomes of it were actually like a vision you got, and through seeing it, you were able to prevent it.
Okay. So alters next major event outcome, and lend a hand.
Okay.
Yeah, because I need it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a 10, and I can alter it how I want. So not only does Pension get tied up, but so does Croc while he's unconscious.
Oh, nice.
You made my powers do a good.
So in this case, I am going to say that this was like kind of a change the game is what this power does, or the vision that it gave you of what was about to happen. So you reached out to Beatrice as she's going down into this floor and used your powers of luck to enhance her sense of what the wood is. Not only were you able to have her affect the wood in the way that she wanted, but also to enhance that effect and have it cover Sam. So as Pension is running through to tackle Noah, hit him, something, suddenly the floor comes up and it's almost like a set of like boots. Like he's got wooden clogs now, but they are attached to the floor.
Yeah, and in her mind, I'm like, this is teak, not bamboo.
And Pension like does kind of a wild flail as he tries to keep his balance. Because obviously, like, he had momentum. It was carrying him forward, except now his feet won't come off the ground.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Basically.
Noah, would you like to continue your interrogation?
Well, asshole's knocked out. I don't think we should necessarily wake him up. You, boy, do you know where he's holding our mother?
You are a jackass with no respect for your elders. Why would I ever tell you anything? How dare you?
Punch him.
Okay. He's going to attempt to dodge as much as he can, but obviously it's not going to work very well.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
We love stationary targets.
That would be a 10.
Sure.
It's like punching those clown dolls, those ones that you punch and they
Yes.
come back up.
Yeah, exactly. I only used a +1, so I guess that would be my tier. And yeah, basically I just smack him across the face. And I say, I don't think you understand your situation right now. He's unconscious and tied up. You're tied up. You've got our mother. I don't give a shit about your loyalty or any other bullshit thing you're thinking right now. I want my mother back. We want her now, and we're going to leave with her. Or we're going to burn this entire place to the fucking ground. Do you understand? And if you give me lip, remember, you are fucking tied up, and I can beat the shit out of you. Where is our mother?
I'm going to say that you need to roll a convince roll for this.
All right.
Because he really doesn't want to help you. He hates you all.
Well, of course.
He feels betrayed by these women.
We didn't even do anything.
You broke his heart. You broke his heart.
You broke his heart.
That's how it is. We just existed.
He took you into his heart. He brought you to his father.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll a convince roll for me. And
Okay, so let's look at what I've got.
you can use bullshit detector.
I was about to say, because like you could just tell him, I'll know if you're lying.
So I get a negative for the pure of heart, and then I get 2, so I get +1.
Great.
And that's a 9.
Okay, great. So in the case of convince, he subsides. Pension kind of deflates a little bit. And while you can see the simmering resentment in his eyes, he says, look, Lacey is staying at Sam's house, at my father's house. You fools, you horrific, awful people know that if you don't keep her safe, and honestly, I don't think you can, my father will never forgive you.
My heart's breaking for him then.
We just met him.
The love that I search for in my heart,
Oh, God.
obviously in the wrong places from you, treacherous, traitorous women.
Okay.
That
all right.
love is inspired by the love that my father has for your mother.
Okay. And I look at Beatrice and Siobhan, and I'm just like, how do we want to deal with this nice guy here? Do we knock him out? We want to, because I know Noah already wants to break his jaw. I'm kind of thinking about it right now.
I say we let him stew for a while in a prison that is of his own making, ultimately.
More wood. I don't. I was not trying. Okay, but anyway.
Someone will let them out eventually.
Good. And let me just, and I'm looking at Pension again. I'm like, just to recap this amazing adventure we've had so far. Have you yet told us why she is being held in the house? That's all we want to know. If you can't say that to us, never speak again to anyone on the planet, please. But please, all we want to know, and we will literally leave. Why is this happening? It's driving all of us mad. To violence. You've got to see. It's a desperate situation.
Your brother knocked out the person who could have actually told you what exactly was going on. My father knows the whole picture.
He wasn't exactly very forthcoming.
No, he wasn't at all. He was bullshitting us. Like everyone else.
Lacey will know who's after her.
Yeah, we just need to get to our mother, and then that will clear up everything. And she's not staying with you fucking people. Period. I don't give a shit what your dad's romantic past was or any of the other bullshit things. She's coming home with us. Her family, which you should fucking understand. You want loyalty and respect? Show some. Don't fucking kidnap elderly women. That's what your dad is doing. Don't talk about some fucking I'm so pure and loyal and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, my sisters just met you. Why the fuck would they want to date you or be around you? They don't know who you are. Get over yourself, all right?
Beatrice goes and puts a hand on Noah's shoulder and is like kind of like you've said the thing.
Where the fuck does your dad live?
Yet he gives you an address.
Can he tell that it's real? Or, oh wait, you got to roll for the bullshit.
Yeah, I have to roll for bullshit.
You can check it. You also could just,
Google.
check public records and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, maybe Hollister even knows
And
for
that
sure.
wouldn't necessarily be a roll. Like, it's just
Okay.
kind of a, in the phone book, if you look up, if phone books still existed,
Yeah.
if people actually are old enough who are listening to this to know what phone books are.
Jesus. Well, they tried to keep those fucking things going all the way up to like 2005. I remember being like,
Yeah.
why do we
But it
still
is-
have these?
But it is one of those things where, it's his house is not a secret. So I'm not going to make you roll to, see if this address is real, because it's easy enough to find out.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Well, if everybody's done in here, I'm going to just look at Pension and give him a little vanity slap on the face and say, sayonara, sweet cheeks. I'm done.
Thanks for the water while we're walking out.
You chose what to order. Just hear as you leave. And then the sound of him being like, oh, what? Damn it. As he tries to get his feet out of the floor.
Well, that could have went better.
Yeah. Does anyone have any guesses as to what the father's rift is? Those teeth were gnarly.
Jaws? I don't know.
Never smile at a crooked.
So we should get to Lacey as quickly as possible, obviously, because we're on the clock at this point, and we've made a large enemy, so...
Big ol' enemy.
Well, yeah. We need to get to her quick.
On the way there, can we let Hollister know? Well, yeah, I guess he should know that we beefed it, probably, because it was his contact. I'm just realizing how much we screwed that up for him.
Let's leave that dog lying for right now. Let's not. The last thing we need is a 1930s rant from Hollister. We can avoid that for at least a couple of hours. Let's get Mom first.
Yeah, okay.
What are you doing? You're going to get me locked up in the hooskow.
Trying to give me a lead sandwich? What the hell?
They're gonna take me on a long walk up a short pier.
Some concrete shoes.
Love it. Okay, yes, to the house.
So obviously, you leave. Are you trying to be sneaky about going over there, or are you going in all guns blazing, or what's your approach?
I guess the question would be what's at the house. Like when we're rolling up, do we see armed guards all over the place? Like, is it what are we looking at? And then I think we'd make that choice.
I didn't even think about, this could just be a fortress.
Yeah, I mean it could be like Scarface's home or whatever.
It is. Luckily not. It's actually. Sam lives in a kind of upper middle class suburban. His house literally has a white picket fence with rose bushes in the front. And there are no obvious signs of like armed guards or security. But I will say that based on what y'all know, like what he was talking about, there's some people probably inside. But he doesn't have armed guards posted in the front.
So whatever security he has, we don't know what it is. So stealth is my thought.
Very, very yes. So what are the entrances like that we can see? Obviously, I guess a front door. That's the white picket fence thing.
Mm-hmm. When you're looking at the house, it's a 2-story building with kind of like, there's probably like an attic room. Might be finished, might just be storage, who knows. But there's like a tiny window at the top. The front door, on the side, there's a garage that is attached to the house. So based on kind of what you know about how houses work, there's probably an entrance from the garage into the house. So that's what you see in the front.
Right. And possibly a basement or something. Yeah. Okay.
My understanding is that houses do sometimes have basements, which is literally a thing I never think about having grown up in the Deep South, where if you try to dig that deep into the ground, you hit water.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
So yes, there's probably a basement.
I was thinking, like, where could all the guards be? They're having lunch in the compound underground.
I mean, I could become something, like a mouse or something.
Why not? I mean, the safest route is to send a animal that's not going to be noticed, or at least around to the back to see what the layout is, and then we go from there.
Yes. Can you turn into a squirrel?
Black squirrel with red eyes.
There are black squirrels in Canada, and they look like cute little ninjas. They're just running sleep.
That's amazing. I love it so
They're
much.
so cute. I love them. Yes, look them up.
I'm thinking a mouse, because mice can hide pretty easily and can crawl under doors and can look around inside.
Yes. Do we have any cats in the neighborhood? Looking around.
Yeah, look around.
Any food bowls out?
Yeah, because I think we need some recon going on before we bust in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so shapeshift, take on attributes of the animal, and with powers of deduction? I don't know.
That one feels a little bit of a stretch.
You gotta try.
And I'm going to say inconspicuous to all
Okay.
would apply here.
So that was a 10 natural.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Plus those 3, the 13.
Okay, great. You are incredibly sneaky.
The perfect mouse.
I'm the perfect mouse.
So describe to me where you are headed in your basically invisible to the eye mouse form.
Well, of course, I'll sneak through the grass to the back door, to the side of the house, and then around the side of the house to the back door. Make sure no one's looking. Sneak under the back door. Okay.
I'm going to say that there is like a pet door that you go through.
Okay.
Just because in order to sneak underneath a exterior door,
You'd have to be way smaller.
you would be like an ant.
Okay.
But there's a pet door. And because you are that sneaky and that smart.
Okay, so, and I go in, and I keep to little dark spots in the house, but I'm doing recon, so I'll check out the basement, I'll check out.
So when you go into the house, around the backyard, it's like kind of this weird Americana dream, except he has like a large vegetable garden in the back, and it's got a lot of different plants. Beatrice would probably know what all those are.
And all I'm thinking is, ooh, I may have to turn into a rabbit later.
So you go in the pet door, and inside the house, it's very reminiscent of the manager's office. Like, it's a nice house, good furniture, lots of leather. It's a dude's place in that way. Like, very, like, cool, a man's man, kind of somebody who has bought into that sense of masculinity decorated this place. So back door leads to a mudroom, leads to the kitchen. And on the stove is a pot of something bubbling, some kind of soup or other kind of slow cook situation. You hear some voices coming from the room just beyond, which you can smell with your mouse senses. That is like a pantry. And there is kind of middle-aged guy comes out, gets back to cooking. He's kneading some kind of dough, and apparently he's making some kind of bread, something. But really chill. You can easily sneak past him. And you go into the living room, and there's a couple of guys just chilling, watching TV, some kind of whatever the newest reality show is. They also don't seem particularly chuffed about anything. There is a door down to the basement that's closed. And there's also an upstairs, but there's also a side bedroom, like kind of a guest bedroom situation down on the first floor. And when you go into there, you see Lacey. And she is just sitting on the bed, reading some kind of book.
She's going to know it's me. So I just kind of like squeak a little so she notices me.
She's like really surprised. Siobhan, what the fuck are you doing here?
And I don't know if she can read me like Bly does, but it's kind of like, are you okay?
I mean, I don't even understand how to explain to you. I mean, how did you even find me?
And I just
Tell
look
me
at her.
you are not here alone, young lady.
I shake my head no.
Oh, good Lord. At least there's that. So you have the police?
And I shake my head no.
She's like, you have your siblings, don't you?
And I nod my head yes.
Oh, I should have known it would come to this. Well, there's nothing to be done for it now. It was one of the ways that this could have gone. And she kind of like gets this, not 1,000-yard stare, but like she kind of looks off into the distance for a second, and it's almost like she's reading something with her eyes, but like you can't see it. Okay, here's what I want you to do, darling. Go back out to your siblings and come to the front door like civilized people, and I will explain to the boys what's happening.
And I'm like,
You know your manners, right? You know your manners.
I nod my head, but in my head I'm like, oh shit. What did we just do? So okay, so I scurry off and I go back to the group and I turn back into a person and I explain she doesn't know about. It's not like I could explain it to her while I was a mouse, but she said to go knock on the front door like civilized humans, and she would explain to the boys what was going on. There's 3 guys in there, by the way.
The boys. So she's like, the boys.
You know, if she... all right, fine.
I'll pat Noah on the back. It's like, I understand. This is complicated.
Fucking
What's going on?
spider web bullshit. Just know, after all of this,
Noah.
if she... All right, let's go. Come on.
Deep breaths, Noah.
I think
Deep
there's going
breaths,
to be
Noah.
cops come in. She doesn't have any fucking clue how many cops can be here. All right, let's go. Fucking A.
Oof. All right.
Okay, so y'all are going to the front of the house.
Sure.
I guess so.
So when you knock on the door, it opens, and the guy who was in the kitchen making lunch or dinner.
Linner.
Leonard.
You know what? Proper meals can take time. Proper meals can also be really quick. This just wasn't one of them.
Yeah, very true.
But he, is confused. Obviously super confused. But he's like, so Miss Lacey said that you would be coming, and she would talk to you in the den.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Knowing where the den is, I just walk in.
Follow
Yeah.
Chiffon in there.
Very suspiciously looking at the boys. Like, who the hell are you?
They're the boys.
So the three guys, like, they're all like mid-20s to early 30s. There's nothing like overtly weird about them. They're just, you kind of get the sense that, like, if this was a frat house, they would just be chilling between classes. There's no overt sense of menace that they have. They're really confused. You can hear the guy who was making lunch. He's like, oh shit, Sam's gonna be real pissed. And he walks off. And the other two guys, like, when y'all walk in and you're in the den and Miss Lacey is coming through, and she gives them the look, which y'all all recognize. And they take their feet off the coffee table, they turn off the television, and they both find things that they really need to do elsewhere. And she rushes to you, having gotten some privacy, and she says, my darlings, my babies. Oh, what have you been up to?
Looking for you. You disappeared.
I know.
Seth is taking care of the kids right now
And falling apart.
That boy needs some direction and some challenge in his life to meet.
Well, maybe if you would let him know that was what the plan was. He's just been really scared.
I have a question. Are you free to leave, or are you kidnapped right now?
Oh, my darling, it's a long story. So sit down, we'll have some tea, and I think I have a lot to explain to all of you.
Well, you should make it quick, because we fucked Sam shit up really good, and his son, so trying to find you. So we don't have a lot of time.
Oh, Noah, you have always had the worst temper. But if you do not regulate your language around me, I will slap you.
We're properly chagrined.
That's a yes, ma'am.
She says, it's a complicated situation, but Sam and I've known Sam for a long time. And while I understand it's strange to hear things about your mother and their romantic relationships, but he used to be my beau a very long time ago. So we never lost touch, but while my life went to you children and all the others. And his went to his own family and his own enterprises. But I don't know how much you've heard when you were looking for me. I'm assuming you talked to Hollister? Then you know that someone is in the city, new. And they have been cutting strings that should not be cut. They're tying groups together that have never been tied together before. All of this is, at first, when I saw the signs, I thought, just someone else coming into their power, nothing to be worried about. But the longer it goes on, the more obvious it is that they have the city's best interest not at heart. So I decided to find out what I could. And apparently they decided to find out about me as well. And Sam has always been an enterprising man and kind of a Neanderthal, if you really want to get down to it. So when he heard that I was targeted, he brought me here. As you can see, I am perfectly fine. I am healthy, but also it's been 2 days where no one lets me have a phone. It's quite boring. Caught up on my reading. But his plan was to attempt to track down who was behind everything.
How far has he come along in that endeavor? Because we might have stopped his progress a little bit today.
What did you do, darling?
I just start looking at Noah, and then I look at the sky, and I kind of look outside, thinking about running away.
Let's just say he's a little tied up for the moment.
I just take a step back. I'm just like, bro, I for once didn't do it.
After he danced around the fact and basically said that you were a guest that couldn't leave / prisoner of his, but wasn't willing to tell us why or anything else, I shot him in the head and knocked him out. And then we restrained him and his idiot son.
Beatrice is just staring at the floor, like just trying desperately not to be noticed in this moment.
And she looks at you and she's like, oh, diplomacy was never your strong suit, was it, babe? My darling boy.
I prosecute people. I don't usually do diplomacy.
And your moral black and white sense is something that we can have a discussion about later. But the important thing is that at least he's not dead.
The important thing is that we found you and that we were very concerned about you, and that by not letting anybody know what the hell was going on, did you think we were going to Mom left. We're going to sit here and just hope she shows up at some point.
No, I thought you would actually call the police and use some of the contacts that you have working with the authorities and clinging so hard as you do to your life as a moral center that you might get some people involved who have training, who have, I don't know, who could actually deal with the problems that are going on. I never thought, I mean, it was an off chance, but I never thought that you would actually, any of you, would come for me yourselves. And trust me, I do appreciate it. I love you, and I am sorry that you have been worried.
Seth tried calling the police. They wouldn't do anything.
You know how this goes. They can only do something once something's already gone wrong, and nobody knew what was happening.
And I have learned recently that the police, yeah, they're trained, but they're also a stick of dynamite. And I didn't necessarily want to throw a stick of dynamite in the vicinity of all this and end up hurting you. We did what we thought was right. We're here now. So we need to know what we need to do to move forward.
Is there something you can give us so that we can give it to the cops?
Well, since you've come this far, there is a major player, and I believe Sam when he tells me that they've been coming for me, that they've been searching to try to get me because of who I am. The other side of me, not the foster mother side. You understand? And at that moment, the guys have been, two of them skedaddled. One of them comes in with like a set of tea, drinks, whatever, iced tea. And you hear a crack from the window and he drops the plate. And that's where we're going to end it.
Oh,
Not the boys.
no. We've got a mook down, a mook down.
Thank you very much for joining us today for episode 6 of The Foundlings. I am Pooja, and you can find me on Twitter at LADesigirl. That's LADESI girl. Pretty much all the other socials is Forgotten Saves. And tell the people where they can find you, Michelle.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Michulu. That's MICHULHU. You can also find my music and Wes's amazing sound effects if you subscribe to the Plate Mail Games catalog through BattleBards.
Hello, I'm Saint or Saint Spider, and you can find me on Twitter if you'd just like to see more, I don't know, personality maybe, or something. That's at Saint Spider TV, at SAINTSPIDER TV. Thank you.
Hey y'all, I have been and will continue to be Mac Beauvais. You can find me online as at Strange Like That, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebooks, and my website.
And I am Wes Otis. You can find me at Plate Mail Games. You can find our show at 12-Sided Stories, the number 12, and then Sided Stories on Twitter. You can also find us on our website, 12sidedstories.com. You can find us on Discord, which you can talk to us about this show or our stream, which is on Tuesday nights. We have different games that we play there as well. And if you want to help out the podcast or the stream, join us on Patreon or Coffee. We are backed by some incredible people that help us make this possible every single week. And you can also give us a shout out or give us a review on your favorite podcast platform or wherever else you like to say great things about content. Thank you so much for listening, Pooja. Thank you for running. And we will see you next week with more Foundlings and maybe more dead mooks. Or us. I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, bye.
Bye.
Bye.